All edition. So, tell me, how do you feel about what your team has done so far with free agency? Monday, they started out signing 7 players. It actually has started out on Sunday when they started their free agency splash by signing Harold Landry, edge rusher from the Tennessee Titans. Quality depth on the defense. Now everybody is all up in arms. They're all upset. We haven't gone and signed anybody really on the offensive side of the ball. But Patriots fans, stop and think over the last 2 to 3 years, what has hurt this team the most? Was it really the offense or was it the defense? I think it's been the defense. They have not been able to get off the field. They've given up big plays in the run. Last year, they were getting torched in the secondary. That's not good. I love what Coach Vrabel in the front office has done. They've retooled and rebuilt that defense, and the defense is going to be, in my opinion, top, I would say top 10, depending on who else they add. I did a mock draft yesterday, which I'm going to go over in a little bit, where they can land one of those blue chip studs, adding that to the defense. But I mean, you have Harold Landry on the edge. You signed Milton Williams. Christian Barmore comes back. Keon White. That's a pretty good front four, which I think they're going to switch to a 4-3 defense that has not come out yet, but that's what I think they're going to do, 4-3. Then your linebacking core, Jawan Bentley, Robert Spillane from the Vegas Raiders that they signed. If they can somehow bring back some of these other guys that they have on the team, I would say like Dietrich Weiss. Now you're starting to put together a front seven that's pretty stout. I think they're going to have a top 5 defensive backfield. You have Christian Gonzalez. You just added Carlton Davis on the opposite side. And then your safeties are Kyle Duggar. And if you can get anything from that defensive secondary, that's a shutdown secondary. I think with the top 7 mixed with your defensive backs, that's a shutdown defense. So that was day 1. The Patriots spent some cash. Yesterday, they didn't really do anything. They didn't sign anybody. I think it was a reset day. See what they have left to spend, money that they have allocated to the free agency period. Going into day 3, I think today you're going to actually see some moves. Could you see a Cam Robinson, Mikhail Becton, or who do you think they're going to bring in at left tackle? They're going to bring in a left tackle. You cannot go to the draft drafting for need. You want to go into the draft drafting for your best available player at your position. So Cam Robinson, who are they going to add at wide receiver? Would it be a Stephon Diggs? Cooper Cup. Cooper Cups came out and said that playing for the Patriots would be interesting, enticing. He also has played with Kendrick Bourne in college. So does that connection come together? where he signs with New England and gives that wide receiving room some veteran leadership. We will see. Today is the actual start of the free agency period. At 4 o'clock, all these contracts become official. So today's the day. You're going to see some moves around the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, he becomes officially let go from the Jets and he can sign with somebody else. Depending on who he signs with, that could affect the Patriots. If you're a Patriots fan, you want to see the top tier teams that need quarterbacks struggle to find their quarterbacks, so they would take quarterbacks in the draft. I have a scenario I'm going to lay out in a couple minutes here that the Patriots could get one of those blue chip studs on defense with the fourth overall pick, providing that they do not have to reach and take a tackle. I have them taking a stud with the fourth overall pick because I think with the first three picks, you're going to go quarterback, quarterback. Then the first stud will come off the field in the draft, leaving the Patriots with the fourth slot, the next pick. I have them picking Abdul Carter, fourth overall. Pair that up with that front four: Abdul Carter, Milton Williams, Harold Landry, Christian Barmore. That's a ferocious front four. In the second round of that draft, I have them taking wide receiver Jack Besh from the TCU Horned Frogs. Wide receiver. Watching his Senior Bowl, I thought he looked like a Julian Edelman. He caught everything that was thrown to him. Big frame, throw the ball up, he goes and gets it. Third, the third pick in that draft that I did yesterday, I had them taking right tackle Cameron Williams. Big, solid right tackle out of Texas. Slide him over. They can develop him this year, and then next year he can become your starting right tackle. Then, with the fourth pick, I had them taking power running back from Tennessee, Dylan Sampson. Add Sampson to a running back core of Ramondre Stevenson and Aaron Gibson. 1, 2, 3, you got a decent running game, which Coach Vrabel loves to run the ball. Build through the trenches, the power running game, spread the ball around. With the fifth pick, I had them taking Harold Finnan Jr., tight end from Bowling Green. He's big, he's physical, he's like a big target in the red zone for Drake May to throw the ball to. Kind of reminds you of some former tight ends. One that we had, John Smith, a few years ago. Then I had them going back on the defensive side of the ball. Big linebacker, Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame, played pretty good in the championship game, in the Notre Dame run toward the championship game against Ohio State. He, to me, looks like Mike Vrabel, Coach Vrabel. Add that to your linebacking core. You're starting to put together a good defense that can stop these teams, get off the field, and give your offense, quarterback Drake May, and your New England Patriot offense the chance to put some points on the board. My next pick was wide receiver Will Shepard from Colorado. He's got some talent. He's got some speed on the outside. I think he would fit good in the Josh McDaniels offense. He is going to vie for a spot on the roster. His role is probably going to be on special teams while he develops, but he'll help the team. Followed that pick up with a tight end, another tight end, Luke Lachey from Iowa. Iowa's put out tight ends. They're a tight end development machine. He could come in again, another special teams player vying for the spot on the team. Could contribute toward the middle to the end of the year, but he's a tight end that you have that you're going to develop for the future, as they have Hunter Henry and they just signed Hooper. And then I rounded out the draft. My last pick was Seth Hennigan from Memphis. Yes, a quarterback taken in the seventh round, drafting a quarterback. And I think you need to get a quarterback in this draft because I think with the addition of Josh Dobbs in free agency, I think the Patriots are going to move on and they're going to trade Milton Williams, your quarterback from last year. I think he could get a fourth round pick. If the team gets crazy, maybe a third round pick, but third or fourth, I think that's Milton Williams. That's their range. That's where they can get in the draft. If they do trade Milton Williams, that would give them 10 draft picks in the upcoming draft. Now, I think this is a key draft for the Patriots, for Coach Vrabel and the front office to establish the culture of this team moving forward. Draft and develop. That's what Elliott Wolf was used to in Green Bay. Draft and develop. Interesting offseason. Big day today, tomorrow, Friday, moving forward. Key additions. Now you got to go offensive side of the ball. I would think left tackle, wide receiver, maybe a guard, maybe a backup center. Going back to free agency. Harold Landry, Robert Spillane, cornerback Carlton Davis, offensive tackle Morgan Moses. He's solid. He can help that offensive line group develop with some true veteran leadership. Defensive lineman Milton Williams, that was a steal. That was a great move by the New England Patriots, stealing him from the Carolina Panthers. It was released earlier in the afternoon that Milton Williams was going to Carolina. Fast forward, next thing you know, New England splashed and stole him, signed him to a record 4-year, $104 million deal. Defensive tackle depth, Cyrus Tonga from Arizona. Then I mentioned Josh Dobbs from Arizona as well. No, San Francisco. Josh Dobbs was with San Francisco. Then they capped off that free agent spends and free agent frenzy splash of with wide receiver Mac Hollins. He has played with Josh McDaniels before. Big frame, 6'4". I think he's going to come in and fit well with the wide receiving core. Finally, I want to give a shout out to my cousin today. It's his birthday. Derek Levely, happy birthday, cousin. Want to go live today. This is my first time live. Giving you a perspective on my thoughts on what the Patriots have done. So this is New England Football Edition. I am Richie Rich. Please like my videos below. Subscribe to my channel. We just broke 1,000 subscribers. I want to give a big thanks to all my subscribers that have subscribed to get me to the 1,000 mark. Now let's go get 1,500. Let's go get 1,500 subscribers. Again, big thank you to all my subscribers that have subscribed since we've been on the channel. Let's get to the next milestone, 1,500 subscribers. Thank you. Wanted to go live this morning. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos. I also have Patriots Draft Forecast. Patriots Draft Forecast. That's my other draft forecast, my other podcast. I will be doing this this live draft that we just went over. I'm going to be doing a live show on that later today. Thank you very much, Richie Rich, New England Football Edition. I don't know how that went, but